कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Welcome to Cyrus Says, brought to you by Jupiter, a banking app that helps you master your money. And as you can see, I'm in a new location. Okay, I'm in the same location, but I've moved 3 feet behind because this important merchandise is with me. I don't do coke. I do. Perhaps amongst the lowest forms of humor you'll ever see on a t-shirt. And for that alone, you should buy this classic piece. It's available on the IVM website, and I'll give you details in a second. But first, let's meet our fabulous lineup of guests. We have Shah Rukh Khan. No, we don't have anything like that. We have Abbas, okay, who's
Yes,
already
and
there.
I
There's
can't
nobody to get
believe you
about.
plugged the merch without being prodded about it.
Yeah,
Well, you
organically.
made me sit like a punished student in class at the back here. I want to only talk about the merch. I feel disconnected from you guys. Okay, let me introduce Prafula, which is at least one person deserves some sort of introduction.
Wow. Okay.
Press decode. This is the I won't say third leg. I just about to say that I realized what a terrible phrase that would be. But there are three young ladies. They're like Charlie's angels without the Charlie. She's the third angel. Lots to talk about. No, I'm safe because no woman thinks it's either a come on or over compliment or something sleazy. They just think I'm an idiot. So I'm okay.
Yeah,
I can say,
angel
right,
is a very
Prafula? All
neutral
good?
term, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you talking? You're talking too much,
I'm
Naveen.
on your side. I'm
Okay,
literally
okay.
giving you the encouragement to be sexist for a
When in
change, and
trouble,
you're
just
like,
play the Catholic card. I'll excuse you. Don't worry. This is a country where you must play your cards. Everyone must play their cards. Vijay
no,
Malia's on stream, says Chinmaya.
yeah,
You get it,
he's
Naveen? That's
Mangalorian like
you.
me.
That's you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
by the way,
I'm just,
Naveen, Narona, why have you got the.
continue.
Come on. Elephant in the room time. Why?
I have a zit on my eyelid, so I don't want to show it off.
Hey,
It's
okay, I
a
have to cut you there because Arpita said congratulations on the new spectacles and new camera as well. They're not new. This is the home spectacles. There's the office spectacles and there's the traveling spectacles. Okay, this is the only one that is somewhat not broken, but actually, I don't know if you can see, it
We
is
were
slightly broken.
speculating it's your wife's spectacles that you're using for the time
I
being.
only
yeah.
I wear her bras and panties in that order, but nothing
There we
else.
go.
Yeah,
Yes, of
she will
course.
never let me
And
touch her spectacles.
Hmm.
Spectacles and testicles are off limit in this relationship. Prafula,
you
welcome
can't
to our
touch your
show.
own.
Yeah.
Thank you for
No,
having me,
I can't.
Cyrus.
Naveen, I can't reach them. I just can't reach them.
We
Sorry.
apologize already.
I'm sorry, Prafula. I'm really sorry that you because when we are this is the worst show. You should come on the other. Sometimes our shows are nice when these guys aren't there. Really. No, I forgot what Naveen was saying. Naveen, what the hell were you saying?
I
Vijay
have a
Male,
zit
huh?
on
The
my
zit, the
eyes.
zit, the
Yeah,
zit,
yeah,
the zit.
yeah.
What really
So
happened?
it's nothing. It's been there for a month, and now it's kind of grown bigger. And I'm going to doctor immediately after this. Yeah.
You
So
want
his point of contention was he'll come here, give us whatever he has, then go to a doctor.
no,
Yeah.
you can't have conjunctivitis for 30 days. Abbas, you dentist.
It's not
Nobody has a 35-day
conjunctivitis. It's
conjunctivitis.
zit is not conjunctivitis. It's like a boil that's clogged like a pore in my
Wait a minute.
eyelid.
I think Abbas is now irritated. He was trying to be funny and we're correcting him. So it's all
No,
going
it's okay.
wrong.
I'm used to
Yeah,
it by now.
yeah.
This
He's
is the
kicking
problem
me
with
over here, Cyrus. What the fuck are you
comedians who
doing?
don't know if they're comedians or not. We're in a horrible space here. Prafula, please save the show. You can sing if you want to.
I don't sing.
How dare you
I'm
speak
sorry.
to me like that?
This
I'm kidding.
the
I'm
show
kidding.
is screwed. I'm sorry.
No,
Nothing
please.
we can do.
You're supposed to be the saving grace. The other two girls were fantastic. They really brought up the intellectual quotient of the show. But of course, Abbas has
You can
more
tell us
interesting.
about your. You can tell us about your show, Prafula. What is Press Decode about?
Oh,
Uh,
that's a bit
Oh shit!
egotistical.
I mean,
Come on, I'm
like
show and preserve.
unravel.
Talk about your show. I mean, that's
Not
Donald
the
Trump like
definition.
behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, go on.
I
Please
mean,
go on.
well, I mean, I don't have anything new to say or to add from what Wagda and Sarah have said, but it we the three of us get together. Sometimes there's more people depending on
What
availability, and we talk about
is it a
what's
show or an
happening in the
orgy?
news.
What you guys? What's going on?
I
Please,
said we
please,
get
please,
Basically,
please.
together
yeah.
Okay, all right. So there's more than three people. Then
sometimes.
how many? Like how many people
We
are on
you
have
are
your
cock
guests.
and bull,
podcast?
Cyrus. When
We have
there
We
are
have
guests.
four.
guests,
Papa, four. Look how bad we are with four. It's like cacophony. You can't hear what's happening. I mean,
Yeah.
we're like Ornob's panel now. So I was just thinking three of them would be good enough, and then as you go four, five, six, it just becomes difficult to pick up what's going on. But whatever. Sorry,
Yeah,
Prafula.
no. So we talk about the news, whatever's the biggest story for the week, and then we talk about anything interesting that's come on our radar. So the episode that came out today,
Sorry. Go on, go on.
The episode that came out today, we actually talked about an article that was defending the use of filler words like. So Sarah and I were most happy to talk about that. So it's a fun show. We try to keep it as short as possible because otherwise we get off track, like this one. And
Rishi, mute her as quickly as possible. No, but listen. Now, I want to ask you a slightly more poignant question. So, what are the three girls together
Mhm.
discussing everything from pop culture to serious issues to what's happening in the world? What? How do you? What kind of roles does everybody play? Because wouldn't it become a little competitive after some time? How do you? How do you
You're
have
still
like
thinking of
different?
Charlie's Angels, aren't you? It's like who's
No, I'm
Lucy
just
Liu, who's
see,
Cameron
unlike
Diaz,
us, but it
who's
happens with us,
Blue.
Naveen. If you have four comedians, you can ask Abbas the same thing. We start getting a little competitive, not in that sense, but you're trying to outdo each other and all that, and it takes away
I
from the
don't
show
think so.
sometimes. I'm wondering
I'm cool
if
with
the
playing the sidekick.
Yeah, and I just exist and I'm funny,
sidekick,
Cyrus. I don't have to try.
sidekick, you give the final line of great gravitas and all that, so you get your way.
Yeah.
Don't worry, and you
Yeah.
also get the voiceovers to do at the end of it, and we get nothing.
Yeah, we'll hear one later on.
I'm sure. Prafula, please tell us about the personality, the split of the work. How do you put it together?
So we take turns hosting, which and when all of us like to host because that involves the least amount of research, and then we split.
Abbas, in your fucking face, in your face.
Yeah. So sorry, I got distracted by this comment, and
What
I
comment?
will.
I didn't see the
It's
comment.
a.
A Parsi,
It's
Hindu,
a.
Muslim, and Christian enter a podcast, and then please complete the joke.
So
Yeah, and then we all converted to Buddhism. Okay.
And then we harmoniously coexist in a joke because in the real world
Yeah.
it isn't possible
Then we
anymore.
all said
So
avoid UP this year. Okay, go on. Prafula, finish the story. So how do you not fight, or rather, how do you not have
um
a one-upmanship situation?
each week, depending on whatever we think is the most interesting, we put forward ideas and then vote on it. And depending on whose turn it is to host, the other two have to kind of slog away and research. So, because we get turns every couple of weeks, we don't really, or well, haven't had a one-upmanship situation
So
yet.
who's the worst of the three
Yeah, I
hosts?
was going to ask the same thing. One of you all has to like, no, okay, shit.
Oh, she's kicking one from the
She
team.
just owned up so fast.
She's
Could
so
not
good.
even be
Now we
like,
can't we can't
let's
question her more. But
instigate
the
this.
self the
Yeah, yeah,
self-deprecating style is always the best, right? We
yeah,
got nowhere to go
yeah.
now. So this is oh damn you, Prafula, you're too smart for us. Let's go back to our host who does no work, Abbas.
no, Cyrus, very quickly, you were saying about
Yeah,
the merchandise. Like you said, it's available on the IVM website. There's a shop
yeah,
tab, and I
yeah.
will very nicely show you the various designs we have in my best advertising
And
voice.
and
Uh,
Prafula and Naveen can put out some music together at the same time, some sort of
yes,
harmony.
elevator music, which you
Yeah.
can imagine in the background. There you go. Kripiya dhyan dijiye. There's a beautiful design. Or the one that Cyrus is wearing, but in blue, like Pepsi, or designed by Putin, actually designed by the Russian president. Or this, which is very apt for Cyrus, the big boomer
Yeah,
energy.
yeah. Cyrus, you've turned into the boomer guy. Have you noticed that?
I'm the
Like
boomer.
like when the boomer guy would stretch and become like one big
Yeah,
long bridge or something.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
this one says, I pet dogs for cardio. And which is a wonderful segue for our first piece of news, Cyrus. Would you like to know what it is?
but who
I
designed
bet
these
you're
t-shirts? I
talking
want to
about the
know.
IA officer who removed the athletes from the stadium.
Do we have that one also? Do we have the name
Uh,
of the artist who designed Cyrus's
Yeah,
t-shirts?
I have a bone to
We'll
pick.
get back to you on that,
oh,
Cyrus.
the artist, Michelangelo
Yes.
Bonarotti. He's dead. Right?
Yeah.
Did good work. I own some
Um,
money. Uh,
So okay, cool. Let's go with the politician walking his dog story. There in
IA
Delhi,
officer, not politician, bureaucrat, more powerful than politicians
bureaucrat.
in some
Yes,
circles. Yeah. Bro, what kind of anchor are you? Do the day. I
because
don't
that
have that
was
story.
lower down in my list, and now you've suddenly
Why?
brought it
Just
up.
because it's a dog, it has to go lower down?
No,
Oh,
no, I
Vikram
have
is an
two
IS
dog
officer.
stories.
How dare you?
The first dog
Oh,
story
wow.
was a man
Vikram.
in Japan.
Huh.
Vikram says, "I'm using Jupiter, and
And
now
now
I'm
about
about
to
to buy
buy
your
a t-shirt.
T-shirt." See,
If I
merchandising
didn't have a
Okay,
bald spot, I would bow
Antariksha.
to him.
Okay,
I'll cover my
Antariksha from
spot.
a different
Bow. I
account.
bow to Vikram. Yeah.
Cool.
Huh.
Um, a man in Japan has paid up to 12 lakh rupees, whatever it is in yen, to turn into a dog. He literally got a high tech movie studio a place that does what is it called, effects for movies, to make a dog suit for him, and he
But
actually
that's
turned
not a,
into a dog.
but that's not
See,
a
this is
permanent.
as realistic. And no, it's not permanent. It's a suit.
Just
He
show. I
can
can't see it from. But that
You
is
mean
he
a
the
real
can
black one or
dog.
the
turn
white one?
That's a real
both. It's
dog.
the same
Oh shit!
picture.
Oh shit!
It's same dog slash person with different angles.
Yeah, he's a faithful
Oh.
guy. He
Can
just
he
wanted to
lick
convey
his
it in a different way.
testicles? Because that's a sign that you're a true dog.
I'm sure he
That's
can.
a special effect they have to work on still. You know?
The man wanting to become a dog asked the agency to make a life-size dog costume that can make him look like a real dog. The agency has also shared the pictures of the bizarre costume on its Twitter, along with the
So
caption,
what's the point of this? Why did he do that? What's his motivation for doing
because
this?
he loves dogs.
There's an entire sub community called furries, Cyrus. I don't know if you've heard of them,
No, but
but there are people who like
is
to
there
dress.
sexual connotation to all this? I mean, is it
There's
perverse?
a
No,
part of it is sexual, a part of it is just like just dressing up as wild animals and seeing how it is, just like
I can't.
experiencing your wilder
You,
side.
Navin, your credibility is challenged because looking at you in that yellow shirt and the stupid sunglasses and talking intellectually and correctly, that whole professorness goes out of the window for me. I mean, it's like cheap porn. What's
I
going
know I'm
on?
all about a surprised life, Cyrus.
You
I've
are,
just
you
come
are,
out,
you
yeah.
are. Prafula is
But no, it's true.
calling her manager. Why am I here with these monkeys? Yeah, talking about a dog, a guy who wants to be a dog. Yeah,
when
so
asked
I don't
about
know.
it, the guy said cute quadrupedal animals were his favorites. That's why he wants to turn into one.
So
I would
again,
do a wolf rather. It's more fierce.
not no, the Kangal is more fierce than a wolf. I argue this point later offline. But can you just understand one thing? This is a
Yeah.
temporary phase where he dresses up as a dog, or he's permanently a dog, because that's two
No,
different things.
no. No, he
No,
dresses up as a dog, and
so
then
that doesn't
as and
count,
when he
brother.
wants. But it's a very realistic looking dog.
No, that it is, but I'm saying he gets into
Mm.
an avatar for a little while. We all do that in a sense, right? With or without clothes. But if he decides I'm no longer a human being, I'll exist as a dog. That means I'll have to pee on lampposts and all that, and I'll stay in the suit all 24 hours, 7 days a week. That would be something. So
Yeah,
that's not
that's
it,
social
right?
experiment we should watch. Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to see
I've got.
that.
Yeah, I would be kinder to those guys.
Yeah, he
Just
just
from a
goes to a random old lady and humps her leg, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" I
well,
want to see her reaction.
you can't deny him his right if because as an animal he's allowed to go
Oh
with the
wow,
primal feeling.
you can tell from the
There
legs,
you
of
go.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
him in a costume.
Yeah, it's a collie,
Now
and a
you can
collie is a
see.
very slender, ectomorphic dog. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gone for a toss. You'll never see a big-waisted
It's a
collie like
pregnant
that.
as
Yeah,
collie.
It's the paws. Can we have the picture back up? It's the paws which are like they
It's
didn't
a dead
nail
giveaway.
the
Yeah,
paws. Yeah.
it's like a
for those who
bear's
can't
hand.
see anything because you're listening on a radio-like medium,
Yes.
uh, it's a big fat collie with paws the size of a bodybuilder, and yeah, it's a hybrid polar bear meets collie meets Indian middle class male after 50, something like
It's a
that.
big fat
Yeah.
collie. Oh,
Oh.
ooh.
Prafula is pressing go, the button which gets her out, ejects her from the thing, but it's not
Eject,
working.
just like
Yeah,
oh shit. But like I agree with Cyrus. The challenge would be to have him go around an entire week being a dog, and what
exactly.
does he learn at the end of it? Like that's a profound thing.
Like that social experiment done back in the day where this gentleman dressed up as a woman and lived as a lady to understand and empathize with females for many days, and then there were different anecdotes and incidents, etc., and the body language that he had to, people flirting with him, abusing him, being rude to him, being patronizing, all the things, and they
Oh,
put that
Kunal
down.
Vijayakar. Yeah, I have seen
No,
him
Kunal
on.
Kunal Vijayakar is just on his way. The transition is happening at the moment as we speak. That's different.
Yeah, I
No, but
saw
I'm
you
saying
wish him with the Navika Kumar photo. It was so cute.
that's very courageous to do. But if he wanted to be a dog for like society for a long period of time, but I guess no one's
Would you
that.
do it, Cyrus, if you had the chance?
Not if I'm living in a human world. Look at the way we treat. I'm always fighting humans who treat dogs badly and all that. What's the point of
Mm.
that? I'll just suffer. My dog is crying. I don't know if you can hear him because there's a female on heat outside, and and she's not even a dog, just a general Mrs. Singh from opposite. Yeah. It's that time of the month. What can I do? Can I tell her what to do? Yeah. Sorry. Let's get back to our August leader, the great Abbas. Yes, Abbas. Lovely story number one. Take
I
next.
know. Next story is also dog related, which is the one that you
But
mentioned
Prafula
that
has not said anything about the dog or the Japanese guy or whatever he is.
I mean, the pause creeped me out. So it's,
But that's the visual. What about the philosophy?
I mean, he clearly has that much money to spend. I don't think he's learning anything from this.
So you're saying he lives
Uh,
in some bubble
I,
without real problems, and then they'll end up doing this. Is that what you're saying? a lot of people who do these kind of things don't seem to have real anxiety and pressures of a normal person who's paying bills and dealing with a wife and kids and aging parents and society crumbling in infrastructure. And then you have the guy who can dress up as a dog and just be that.
I'm leaning more towards Navin's furry theory.
Ooh, one for Navin's team. I hate that
Yes.
bastard.
With those hands is the fist of furry. Am I right? I'm sorry.
Part
No.
one.
But that's so again with the paw thing, right? Like imagine a dog like that comes to you and it's like usually they have like their paws on you and you're like, oh, so cute. Imagine this one
See,
just grabs you. You're like, oh fuck,
I think he's
this
an
is
animal
nightmare
lover for
fuel.
sure. I think he likes dogs, animals, and all that. But he's doing a
Yeah.
disservice to animal culture because it's a mockery in a sense. And after some time, we're not going to take it seriously, and then just people laugh at it. But
Mm.
also in some way, I don't know. It seems like he's
I always
misguided.
like the Narnia kind of animals, like half human, half whatever, like a centaur.
Centaur.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like okay, you can run on four legs, and then you have extra hands also to eat food at the same time. Like you have
Yeah.
like so much activity happening. Then who was that? Who did the Scottish guy play with the
Oh,
goat? The goat with the hind.
I asking about
that
the creature,
Scottish
Minotaur.
guy who played
A
the goat.
minotaur. A
Hmm.
minotaur. Yeah.
Oh,
So a
okay.
minotaur is a
Greek
it's
legend.
a elephant, right? No, it's a bull.
I don't know. Maybe that's a
Yeah,
manticore.
it's more
I'm
bovine, I
confusing
suppose.
my
Fuck.
ancient
No,
animals.
Minotaur is more bull-like. He's right. But what about the Minotaur? What are you saying? You want the
So I
half-half
like the hooves. Like
hybrid?
the hooves are so cute. You don't have to wear
Hmm.
heels or whatever because they can like clip clop
Hmm.
nicely around, and you can reach
Here's the
faster
question: is
also
it
because
hoofs or hooves? That's the
hooves,
question.
hooves.
Hooves
Is it
the
H
plural.
O
No,
V
hoof
Hooves.
is
S?
the
Oh,
singular,
let's find
isn't
out
it?
from the expert, Prafula. What is it?
Uh, uh, it is hooves.
Yeah.
As a
Then what?
former spelling bee champion, I can say so.
And what about then?
Whoa.
Why
Whoa.
is it woofs? WOFS? Why not wolves when you
That's
bark?
hoofs. I did it again.
Oh. Eject two contestants from the show.
Prafula
I'll just
laughed
keep
at
going
that
back
joke. She
and back.
enjoyed it.
I'll just show my T-shirt. Yeah. All right.
Don't do Coke,
Anyway,
do Pepsi.
so we try to understand
The
this guy's mindset. We fail. Next.
Yeah, the next dog related story was Tyagarajan Stadium in Delhi has been asking the athletes who train there to leave early because around 7 o'clock, the principal secretary of revenue, Sanjeev Khirwar, walks his dog around the stadium. And Indian
I'm
Express, I don't
torn.
know why, I mean, the journalist who did this, props to him. They actually did it like a sting operation where they actually
Yeah.
followed and hid in the
But in
stadium to see
India,
what actually
but
happens. And it was
Abbas,
true. He actually did bring a
yeah. So
dog.
the thing is that in India, I think if any of us grow up around power figures and all that,
Hmm.
this just smacks of being true. It's not. It
But
sounds unreal,
but
but it
this
just smacks of being
reeks
true.
of the chaplacy, where if sir
Hmm.
wants to walk a dog, they will empty the stadium because he claims he never asked the
But he doesn't
athletes to
have
leave.
to. See, it's a beggar thing,
Exactly,
exactly.
he's
He doesn't really have to, but he has to just sort of say, "Oh God, these idiots are here, and I can't walk my dog in peace." But ho gaya. The psychophancy will continue in our country, whatever
exactly, yeah.
happens. But I'm torn. Because I like
Hmm.
sports and I like dogs,
What
so I don't
happened,
know
sir?
what
Are
to
you
do.
okay?
Huh? Oh, I'm
I'm
fine.
sorry. You said
I'm
I'm
torn by my upper
torn.
body. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I also have
Uh,
sunglasses, by the way. If I feel pain, I'll put them on.
Yeah, I'm
Prafula,
you
please
crying out
jump in.
now.
Otherwise,
y-
we all keep talking.
no,
Naveen
no,
won't
you
let
were
anyone
saying
speak.
you love sports, but you also love dogs.
No,
So
yeah, so I can understand clearing the stadium if I want to walk my dog. I do have
an
an empathy for
entire
that.
stadium.
I also empathize with it.
Why
Like,
not?
if my cats, I
Yeah,
have like three or four cats now, and if I would take them around, I would want them to have the free space because other people
Abbas,
irk them. You know what
So
I'm saying?
take a wing. No, why do you need an entire
Abbas,
If you
stadium?
one
can
second,
afford
one
to,
second,
why
one
not?
second, one second. Let's put it in
Yeah.
What is
perspective.
power for?
Okay, all the animal ill treatment and cruelty that is done across the country every day, length and
Hmm.
breadth, one
Yeah,
victory for one
one
dog.
dog,
Eh?
one right for all the dogs. Every
So
dog's day, dog day
Just,
afternoon, walking.
then you don't,
just
if you
coffee
don't
mat
win a
pilao saale ko.
medal, then don't blame the athletes. They didn't get to practice. They had to leave
Yeah, true,
early
true.
because the dog
That's the
It's a
had to
sad
dog
leave.
part
eat
is
dog world.
the sad part is, and see, I have the same problem in the morning when the cops stop these boys at 6 and earlier
That's true.
when only me and them are out. But that sounds
Hmm.
vulgar. But these
Hmm.
guys with these on their scooters going with the kid bags to practice. Okay,
Hmm.
clearly very sincere effort to practice. They're not going anywhere else, and they stop them and I mean, it's such a waste of time. Because there's a certain amount of sincerity in a person who's trying to do something early morning in terms of sports training or whatever, good or bad, we don't know where they'll
No,
reach.
so
So it
apparently
is
the
sad.
stadium shuts at 6, but because of the okay, Nishant says after the reveal, Delhi government directed the sports facilities to stay open and accessible till 10 p.m. So because of the heat, they were staying open till late. but
Yeah,
now the dog took that away too.
you're being very mean to my dog friends here, as far as I'm
Not
concerned.
your dog friend.
And by the
But I
way,
have noticed
dog
a trend
walking.
though
Yeah,
Hmm.
with rich
dog.
people, like extremely rich people who have dogs now. Like their dogs are not dogs. Then they're like कि they are VIP अलग से उनका वो लोग dog breed में वो लोग ऐसे ही है. Like there's a famous actor slash comedian, and I've seen and I've seen his dog, and that you can't be in fucking 50-kilometer radius of that dog because he gets very angsty or whatever. So I'm like, to लिया ही क्यों कुत्ता? Like nobody can find him cute, nobody can pet him or whatever.
No, but that's an extension of the male
Yeah.
ego that you're talking about. That's a different story altogether. No, I mean, that's got nothing to do with the dog, now per se. The
No, but the
dog is
dog was
innocent.
like that. It was so annoying. Like nobody could be like,
Not
hey,
really. It's a
Did
figment
the
of
dog
your
take the
imagination, I think.
personality of its owner?
much
But
worse.
by the
Man.
way, I just want to mention dog walking is a sport also. So he's training.
Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
we're pushing
Nishant
for
is
it.
still in the comments. He says, "Why are we ignoring the fact that the dog might win us the next Olympic medal?"
He's
Clearly
absolutely
getting more
Nishant.
hours at the
Nishant,
stadium.
welcome back. If it's the same Nishant,
Guys,
welcome back. Yeah, yeah.
Souvik Bakchi, calm down.
Gujarat rocks, Nishant. I don't know if it's the same. I can't tell because he normally uses another handle, but fine. Okay, Prafula, you're not saying anything about the dog.
What's your favorite
The
breed?
I like German Shepherds.
Nice.
Mm.
We
I love
had
German
one.
Shepherds.
My
Yes.
first animal book I read was about German Shepherd. It was called
But
Shadow
you know,
by
you're like
Enid
a
Blyton.
racist asking a question
It's
like
Oh.
about a
that.
German Shepherd who's
Oh.
a German Shepherd. Like he's in Germany shepherding
Would
sheep.
be interesting. No. He's a German
And then he
Shepherd who was
dresses up in a
Polish.
dog costume.
Yeah,
The story should have a twist. He's a Polish guy who's a German Shepherd. You know,
yeah.
that's the part.
He's a
Yeah,
Polish postman.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
Prafula,
shit.
so do you have anything to say about this horrendous act by an arm of government to walk their dog and remove the athletes?
I mean, this dog is clearly living in the lap of luxury. It doesn't need an entire stadium. So I am team sportsman here.
Okay. Naveen, it's
Something.
just you and me. Just you and me going doggy style on this one, bro. Nobody's else
Yeah,
is
it's,
Yeah.
it's only you and me, Cyrus. The two of us doggy styling.
Stop
Cool.
it. You've
It's
not
okay.
mentioned any sexual thing so far in 23 minutes of the show, and I was praying you
The
did, and then I
furries thing
opened my
Furry
was,
mouth.
thing, yeah.
yeah.
Furry thing. First
was-
Ah,
thing on
okay,
the
one.
show
One
was
we don't count. One we gets out of his system. You know what we've been through? Have you seen episodes? Have you heard episodes with him? There've been some of them have been. This is a Dage Lawrence reincarnated and worse. Just goes on and on. Oh
But
my
today I'm
God, you
good.
have no idea, Abbas.
I'm zen
Thank
right
God you
now.
took a break. Prafula would walk out of the
What?
show.
What Lawrence did you? DH Lawrence.
Uh, Array, sober dogs root. Our sober dogs root to their. Sorry, our sober dogs root to their suburban dog.
Sober dogs. Why is Kunal Vijaykar's
Info
face?
Shots, who
Oh,
has
shit.
Kunal Vijayakar's
No, he
DP
puts
is
his
asking, are
info
sober
shots
dogs?
puts Kunal's foodie something. I think a book that Kunal pretended to write, but it's basically his columns that he put together as a book because he's lazy. Um, are they
You
root to
couldn't
their
say a
suburban
nice thing
dogs?
about him if you wanted to.
I've only said nice things about him this week. By the way, he turned 60 almost, just under 59, 58 ish, and you didn't wish him, Naveen. We of course tried to set him up with a girl. That
58,
didn't
no?
work out. 58.
Cyrus, you said a
58.
lot of things where your lips moved, but we couldn't hear your audio.
Yeah, what is this dumb charades?
Oh, that's great. Really? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can.
sadly, yeah.
This whole show should be. Can you hear me? Everyone just say that. Come on. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello? Yeah.
yeah.
Hi.
You should
Prafula.
just take names of podcasting apps. Like, am
Yeah.
I audible?
Yeah.
Am I SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Am I Google Podcasts?
Oh, I'll just keep talking about dogs. All right. Abbas, I hope you have an interesting story. So far, we failed.
The next topic is also animal related.
Oh shit!
Okay.
There were kangaroos spotted in West Bengal
Oh shit!
and in near a village, and the
Were they
villagers
drinking, the
were
people who saw them?
no.
Oh.
So turns out
That makes no
these
sense,
were.
brother.
I'm telling you, no. It happened because apparently these animal poachers who smuggle rare species of animals,
Oh, they
they got
escaped.
wind of the fact that they're going to be
Hmm.
raided, so they actually left these kangaroos in
Ooh,
the open.
how
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, and the villagers spotted them. Then the authorities came and sort of took care of them, and then they found another pair of kangaroos.
And because kangaroos also like boink like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not not that soon. Also,
Okay. I was like hippity hoppity land my property.
Who made you the
Kangaroos.
friggin' hello, Godfather? Who made you the authority on sex with kangaroos? I want to know
He's
this
been to
now.
Australia. He
I've been
did
to
shows in
Australia. I
Australia.
put a hand in
And
the
that's what he
pouch
came
and
back
seen
with.
what's there.
Nothing
Yeah,
breathes
Put
faster
a
than
hand in the
kangaroos.
pouch.
and found some beef jerky in there. Would you believe
What
that?
calling the kettle black? An Indian going and pointing fingers at bloody kangaroos. Have you seen Indians abroad? Millions
You
turn
can't
up
point
after
finger at
one guy
kangaroos and
goes.
they'll slap you. They get very
And
like they punch you and all.
I've
Yeah,
seen videos of them punching and all that.
yeah,
Yeah,
they could. Yeah,
famously aggressive, but also famously get killed on the highways there
but enough
on
about the
those.
people of Bengal.
Yeah. Prafula, I need more from you. I feel that this conversation is being dominated by the yellow shirt, and we can't
Oh
stand
shit.
that yellow shirt's attitude to life.
I've said the least amount of things today. Rishi is counting my words. Okay, I've been put on a counter by
Rishi
Abas.
is Rishi. A switch goes off when the countdown begins, and he's numb. Okay, he's
Rishi, where
absolutely
did the
numb.
buzzer go? I thought we were going to stick with it, but never mind.
Okay, listen. Abbas, don't ask him that question. It's a very private question, and it's
Oh, he
his
stood up.
business.
Oh
I
shit.
thought he was going to come to hit me.
Because he
He
has
has
to
a
now.
separate laptop for the buzzer, which
No,
he
he
just
has to
picked
now
up.
undress
Anyway,
to show you where he's kept it. Don't do that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Story.
uh,
I'm
story,
missing
wait, I have to
Silvery.
search.
Abbas, I'm missing
Exactly, we're
Silvery. Not a good
rushing
sign.
through the stories so fast. I'm like, what should I
Yeah, we
take
should dwell on the
next?
kangaroos a little bit.
You just insulted a whole state. Not to mention Australia. I didn't even mention that. Yeah. Go on.
Oh yeah,
Today's
Akash
Akash
Mehta's
Mehta's
birthday.
birthday. Oh,
It was
shoot. We missed
yesterday.
that.
It was yesterday, by the way.
Isn't
Okay.
he also in Australia?
He's also in Australia,
Fuck.
by the way. Just like
What coincidence,
yeah,
Cyrus?
Wow.
yeah.
They took him
Yeah.
and sent us a kangaroo.
Yes.
Look at that. That's like cool.
Yeah, Akash also being poached to Australia.
And now they're getting
He's
Akash
doing
Mehta to bong something there and breed. So everybody's happy. Yeah, it's good stuff. Is he doing shows in Australia, Naveen, or is it personal?
that. Yeah, he's on a tour with two other comics.
Wow.
So
Indian
Excellent.
comics.
yeah, Maninder and Ravi Gupta.
Ah, okay.
Typical
Yeah, so
Australian names. And let me tell you, he gets to, he gets to, he gets, go to Australia, Abbas. I go to Nariman Point on Saturday. I'm just saying
Right.
how some people's careers go in the right way.
oh shit.
I know. Yeah.
We have a show at Tata Theatre. Please come if you are interested on Saturday at 6. That's right. If you're not in Australia at that point. I see no
Nice.
response
You
from the
wanna take
panel.
you wanna take one more topic, or do you wanna go to the improv segment?
Improv segment because the
I
topics
think
have been well. Let's just
Prafula
say
can
we've tried
contribute
our
that
best.
way.
But I'm worried Prafula is going to fall asleep now. So I don't know. We need to get some interesting topic at some point. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the Jupiter improv segment today, the improv game we have is managing multiple bank accounts is as difficult as.
Managing multiple wives.
How would you know?
I've seen people do it. That's why.
That's not good enough. How dare you steal our thunder? This is our
Oh
thing.
shit.
Not that I had multiple wives ever. Couldn't even handle one. What is the question?
Managing
multiple
multiple
bank
bank
accounts
accounts
is as difficult
as.
for me as trying to scratch the back of my the in between part between my shoulders, which I just got. I don't know if you guys can do it. Can you do it?
But you
Some
put a
people can
picture
actually
of
move
it
their
on
hand.
Instagram.
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't get my hand back. I couldn't.
Like over
I
here,
can.
over here.
It's
It's that
easy
middle
only.
part. No, I
Yeah,
can't
but
do it.
acha
I
that.
Yeah,
can't
we can
do
all
that.
reach.
The small of
Prafula,
the
I
back.
see that you're not trying also. That's like a message, subliminal
She's
message to me.
rethinking the decision to saying yes to this thing
No, she's
on
wondering
a
why did those two
Friday
come on?
evening.
Did they lose money or is this something that she's not able to do the maths
We
on?
used to produce this show, Prafula. We had no choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have been
Not
trapped
you
over here, and
two, the
we
other two
won't let
girls,
go.
you twit.
Oh
Ah,
shit.
man.
Managing multiple bank accounts is as difficult as.
Go on. I was trying to answer this question because you guys should take half an hour to get there. Go on, Abbas.
As difficult as keeping kangaroos within a confined space. Because as we established, they hop to the
2
next
minutes
village.
silence for the death of comedy in our podcast. Everybody, just put your heads
He
down.
died
and-
long ago, Cyrus.
Yeah. Let's have the Carnatic vocals, Rishi. Hold yourself and start singing. Yeah.
Oh, the buzzer's back.
You got it. You got it.
वो इसके लिए है तेरे पास buzzer, हाँ?
Uh,
Managing multiple
you
bank.
got to get up Rishi's nose, otherwise he won't respond. You got to, I hate to use the phrase, prick him. Yeah. Prafula, you got to do
managing
one. You got to do one of
I
these
can-
segments.
Managing multiple bank accounts is as difficult as getting a statement out of Prafula.
That.
Managing multiple
Uh,
bank accounts is as difficult as.
Can you wait your turn, Naveen? Prafula was about
no,
to
oh
give
shit.
us some.
I
He's
said
almost
I said
there.
all the words. is taking all the bags from your car to your house in one go.
Ooh, that's actually
That's
Yeah.
easy.
poignant.
Oh shit. Depending on how you're shopping.
Depending on
The
what
show's,
car also you have.
for me, the show is getting funnier and funnier. Just keep going.
Managing multiple bank accounts is as difficult as keeping up with Cyrus says.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's sarcasm
Burn,
because by
Cyrus,
keeping
burn.
up, she means like staying here. It's not like keeping up as in its intellectual capacity is there and I'm trying to catch up. It's not that, guys. Let's
Yeah, not
understand.
like the Kardashians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Hey,
Yeah, managing
hello.
multiple bank accounts is like Kardashians managing multiple husbands.
But not all of them are husbands. Don't you follow keeping up? Keep up with the Kardashians.
I'm not
I
keeping
mean,
up with them. Yeah.
you ever want to do a show on that? You call my daughter. Wow. It's like the way you should have studied Hamlet. Instead of Hamlet, it's the Kardashians. Today's Shakespeare. She knows everything.
Yeah.
And she corrects you with violent sort of outcries. She's so aggressive about it. It's amazing. Today's kids, I tell you.
Cyrus
Anyway.
InfoShots has commented managing multiple bank accounts is as difficult as asking Cyrus to stop copying Sir Viv. When have you
I
copied Sir Viv?
I can do. I do an absolute survey of Vivian Richards. I can do the walk. I can do I can do everything except bat like him. But everything, all the mannerisms, I can do. Fantastic. I can't
That's
show that
good.
to you, and Prafula will already, she's had enough of us, and then I start doing a Vivian Richards imitation. I mean, impression.
No,
I mean,
please. If
that's.
you want me to stay on the show, I would like to see an
But I have to stand up. I need a bat. I need the cap. I need the gum. It's the walk. It's that alpha male walk, which
Good
out of the three of
impersonation
us,
doesn't
only
need
I
all
can
of
do.
this, Cyrus.
Huh?
A good impersonation doesn't need all of this. Just
Have you
needs
done it for Masaba? Does she feel like,
Oh,
oh my
shit.
god, it's like my father?
Daddy.
No, why would I have a private audience with Masaba where I
I
walk
don't
around
know.
with
I
her
mean, you
dad? I
go
mean,
in these
what kind of world do you live in?
highfalutin
And
parties where
I
you
mean,
meet
firstly,
rich people.
kangaroos who have sex in Bengal. I mean, the stories you come on with. There's
They
a
did not
guy who
have
wants to be a
sex.
dog for 2 hours every day, and there's no reason why, except that he's Japanese. I mean, it's almost racist, your attitude to life, bro. And then
No,
you give us a stupid improv game where we came up with
it's
bags
not
being loaded.
stupid. They are
Okay,
It's
okay,
like
sponsoring
Cyrus,
us.
it's like a
Cyrus, you're Paul
documentary
McCartney.
of poor Indian men, coolies, as they used to call us, that terrible word, putting bags together and carrying them on their
We
backs.
are kind of like the Beatles. Navin's the John.
Yeah.
You're the Paul, Cyrus. I'll be the
Paul.
Ringo, and Prafula can be George.
Yeah.
George, super talented. It's
I
like
know.
he's like the
The
unknown
most
continent.
talented Beatle, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I won't go there unless don't start a fresh fight with me. We're already
I
fighting
mean, if
over
he
the
hadn't
kangaroos.
died, Paul McCartney wouldn't be as famous as George Harrison would have been.
Ooh.
I feel that personally.
Hot take.
It's-
And then this Ringo,
Why go?
know.
Now from a comedy show, we're gonna get a nasty show. We're gonna start fighting with each other. And I don't want to. We're a family. Hum sab ek hai. We
Yeah, imagine
Hindu,
that.
Okay,
Muslim,
wild
Parsi,
hand
and
gestures are
Catholics
happening,
live
Cyrus. We
together
need to
in
take a
this
break.
frame.
Vinay
What?
starts throwing shit at us.
We have
Please.
to take a break for which Cyrus?
You have to read
Oh,
something.
you want me to get into that break spiel? But before I do that, Prafula,
Yes.
I want the truth from Prafula for a second. Is it been horrible
Yes.
for you so far, the half an hour that we've been on?
No.
It's okay,
No.
right?
Oh, I'm having the
Yeah.
time of my life.
Wow,
There you
that's
go.
really. See,
She's
this
like, how
is women and
professional is
me.
Cyrus? Look at
They
him.
Which
always
is a
put you
Green
down to
Day
some
song, not a
sarcastic
Beatles song.
one-liner like that. I've been listening to this since my mother. Oh no, it's a boy. From that very first statement, one of the rare Indian women who was like, yuck, another male. I mean, from there, I've been listening to women talk rubbish at me all the time. Thank you for that, Prafula. But I thought my bank was good. You guys won't believe. I thought, as past tense, because Jupiter, hold for music, has just landed on Earth on my phone and changed my entire life. Ding, 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 ding. Jupiter is the digital banking app you've been waiting for. Let me see your expressions. Yes. The thirsty look on your faces. Yes, Navin, very good. Overdone, Navin. Prafula, spot on. Abbas, there's no
Yeah.
cops in this production, huh?
He's on his
Jupiter is
phone.
the digital banking app you've been waiting for. No pesky paperwork, no endless lines. Just create an account in just a couple of taps and you're good to go. Banking at your convenience, not the banks. Tick, tick. Plus, the app offers fantastic rewards. Where the hell has Jupiter been this whole time? See the voice change, the modulation, the expert use of the voice.
Brilliant.
Voiceover artists learn from the best. Visit the Jupiter.money website to find out more. Download the Jupiter app on Android and iOS to get started. And now Louis Banks will take us out. Louis. Sorry, no. You didn't have to say the line when you sing it. Let's go into a quick Jupiter Money.
Break.
Louis.
Break.
Louis Banks.
How does he say it? How does he say it? Oh shit.
So I do Whip Richards, right?
That was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was good enough. Yeah.
There you go.
Cue break, motherfucker.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcasts Network. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita discuss Lady Gaga's brand relaunch and Patreon's creator survey. On Press Decode, Sara, Vagda and Prafula explore the mental health issues that plague our armed forces. On IVM Likes, Snehil, Antariksh Abbas and Jalasmi indulge in a Friends versus How I Met Your Mother debate. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth introduces us to the concept of dream journaling. And on Postcards from Nowhere, Utsaf tells us how a 400-year-old curse, coffee and Indian Chinese food are all related. We've got some exciting news for you. IVM Podcasts has just launched its merch and our first line is out now. Head to the IVM Podcasts website and click on the shop tab to check out our first collection of t-shirts. Do follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Don't forget to rate us on any platforms you're listening on. You can also check us out on YouTube. We are also doing a small listener survey to better understand how you respond to our shows and advertising on the network. We would really appreciate if you could spare a few minutes to fill it. It helps us build better shows for you. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: SBI Life Insurance, Jupiter, a digital banking app, and Capgemini. Get the future you want.
Oh.
I,
Oh,
obviously,
shit.
the show is funny when it's not on, but in the meantime, you know, I've just realized that Sara, Vagda, and Prafula sound like an aria from Italian opera. Listen to me. Sara, Vagda, Prafula. See, it's got that. It's got the
Cyrus,
whole
did
feel to
you hear one of our sponsors didn't give a job to Navin? And
Yeah.
he's pissed about that.
it.
No,
Don't take
Oh, we
names.
can't
But
name it. Okay.
Cyrus's joke was funny.
Let's
you
move
understand?
No, please, I want to know.
No. Now you will unnecessarily get us into hot
No,
water.
no. I mean,
So-
like, this is-
Okay.
I'm just going to give context. Back when engineering was happening, in the final year, a lot of companies would come.
Hmm.
And I didn't get like 8 companies made jobs, and I was always bitter about it until
Yeah.
I got one at Rasan and 2, bro.
So
Which I
on,
left anyway. So,
on an average, 8 times a day, you go, fuck you guys.
yeah,
for
fuck
not
this
giving-"
company and fuck that company.
Okay.
Yeah, but not like that, like
Wow.
not out of bitterness, because
Of
I
course,
became a
yeah.
writer anyways. So that was just to, because all the other nerds were getting, and I'm like, I'm smart enough because
Hmm.
the trial rounds were like group discussion, kind of elocution.
Okay,
like that's
stop,
all I'm
stop,
good at,
stop.
you know.
Aditya's giving you a
Navin,
compliment.
Aditya's flirting
Navin
with you.
says
It's
Navin looking
let's be gracious.
sexy
Navin looking
AF in those
sexy.
glasses.
Yeah, in
What
those
does
glasses.
SK stand for? Is it like, is the U C in the middle? Sorry. I'm sorry.
So now we've lost our
Oh,
one of
man.
our 5 fans.
No, we all
Unbelievable.
laughed
And he was
at
being
it.
nice. He was not being
Yeah.
patronizing. He was being nice. And now
Thanks.
you've
I
killed him.
appreciate. Yeah.
You dissed him. All right.
No, I did
Fair
not.
enough. So this
See,
after this
see,
corporate
it's not
molestation that
flirting,
you faced, you hold a bitter grudge. It's not flirting. He's saying,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just compliment, Cyrus.
be open, Aditya. Come out. Stop worrying about all this. Be open. Be a man. Takes a man to look at it himself and say, "This is who I am." Right, Naveen? Right.
Yeah,
or
it
no?
takes a man to look in the mirror and be like, "Alpha, fuck this also."
Nishant
Something
is
like
the
that.
only podcast
Something
where
like
we feel FOMO for what happened during the break.
Yeah, if you'll only knew.
Okay. Next news item we have. I love saying that news item.
And the thing
Yeah,
is, you
I
say it
know.
with such the gravitas of the thing, and it's always rubbish. So go on.
in that beautiful voice, like news item.
News
I
item.
love it.
Up pesh karte hai, the one and only, and it's like one dog fell off the
Yeah.
tree and ate a mango.
Yeah, one day, like the way our media is going, there'll be a news item number also one day where
Yeah.
Navika will have to dance and tell us the news because we'll have to pay attention that way at least,
Yeah.
to hold us.
Two-wheeler riders wearing helmet can be fined rupees 2,000. So now people who are riding pillion on two-wheelers also have to mandatorily wear a helmet.
Okay,
Ugh.
now you're going
Which-
to. I'm gonna have to going to speak here. Okay, you
Yes,
first
please.
tell those idiots who come up with these laws. Will you find the bastards who are going up the one ways without the pillion, without anything to control those fuckers breaking the red lights all the time,
This-
going
this
parallel
one
across
big-
my
big
car,
nerve over
driving
there,
on
oh
my
shit.
roof, abusing me and going
Yeah.
cutting left, right, and center. What about all that? To come to the helmets, forget the helmets. Let them die. Who gives a damn? They behave so badly.
Wow.
Why are you trying to save
Okay.
them? First, find them. Also, find the pedestrians. We let pedestrians get away with too much in this country. Pedestrians are evil. Have you noticed how evil they are?
Yeah,
tell you one thing.
jaywalking is the way.
Why are pedestrians fat? It makes no sense. They can walk all the time. Why are they fat? They shouldn't be fat. They should be thin.
Why
They
are
should be able
birds
to walk
black?
fast. And they just walk like it's a museum.
They're trying to lose weight, Cyrus. Clearly, what
Oh,
you are
yeah,
going to killing
walking.
them
I mean,
by the
somebody has to
walking.
stop these guys. Listen, under the guise of elitism and classism, we don't say anything all the time. Sometimes you've got to call it out, bro. They're walking around
So
amongst
you're
us.
saying poor
These
people are all
mad
fat.
people.
That's why they're poor.
They're unfit. They take so long to cross the road. Firstly, why in the middle of the road? They should go at the zebra crossing or at the break. They don't ever use the break. They only use the middle of the road, and no one
My
says
favorite
anything.
thing is on expressways there'll be guy who'll be crossing and he'll be like हाथ दिखा के मैं रोक लूंगा. अरे तू क्या magneto है क्या? The car will stop or what when you're doing this?
Better than that is if his hands are busy with a packet and a phone, he uses his chin.
Yeah,
Bas.
yeah.
There's no more
Sometimes
respect given to you.
they spit towards your car so you know which
Yeah,
area is demarcating
yeah.
for you to not cross.
And there'll
I love
just
that.
be a tongue, because things we'll be eating or something like that. That'll be it. So I just please remember
Oh,
that some of the
Tarun
listeners
Kaushik
can
is-
afford only a bike. Well, work harder.
No, but
Work harder,
I have, a,
Tarun.
I have a question. You're going on a bike. You find a friend, said pedestrian on the way.
Who's
And
fat?
वो like चल मैं तेरे को छोड़ता हूँ जहाँ भी तू जा रहा है. Where you just carry a spare helmet with you to give
You're
to the guy
supposed to. In the
sitting
West, you're
behind?
supposed to carry an extra helmet.
So
when you
Bangalore,
ride, because
Kolkata, you
this can
can't do this. You have to wear a pillion pay also helmet. So if I book a Rapido, for example, or Uber Moto, which is a bike
Yeah.
service,
He
they
likes the
give you a
Rapido for some
stinky
reason.
ass. Rapido is a nice app, I think. And they give you a stinky ass helmet that's been passed around from
Oh,
everybody. So it's like everybody's
Even after
Jew and all
COVID
is
and
on your.
everything, still the
Yep,
same.
No,
yep.
but
But
after
like
COVID,
in the COVID times, they were supposed to give you a hairnet,
Hmm.
and then so I'm not wearing a hairnet and sitting on a bike like a. I look like fucking. I
I
look
mean,
like a
nothing
50s
says I'm gay more
male.
than that,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you draw the line, bro. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll get COVID instead. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going in a hairnet and then wear a helmet and then the hairnet is coming out from
Head.
here.
I mean, just pay the fine for God's sake. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Hey,
Grim
police,
Fandango
aja.
says this pillion helmet law is ambiguous. What happens if a man and his wife have helmets but they have 2 kids on the bike too?
They should take the kids
Well,
away.
Technically,
They should
yeah.
just
Then
like
when
China,
the
the
accident
kid
happens, you have two
goes
less
free.
kids, I guess.
But as Tarun said, some people can only afford a bike, right? So what? I mean,
That
I
don't make it into a socialist issue. It's not socialist. There's right and wrong. If you murder because you're poor, that's right.
That's
What are you
like
talking about?
these
No,
fat,
it isn't.
fat pedestrians having kids. How dare they?
How dare they?
Prafula,
They're
do you
walking all the
do
time.
you ride a
Why are they
two-wheeler?
fat? They shouldn't be fat.
I do
mean,
not.
my
I
mom
don't
should be fat.
drive.
Oh, you don't drive. Okay.
That's a
That's the
different
best
story
way.
altogether.
Please
But she's
don't,
not a
because see
pedestrian
what
per
happens
se.
to
Yeah.
people who
Okay, now
drive.
pedestrian is a person who walks all the time. I'm not talking about the people who use all kinds of transport. These are not really pedestrians either. Yeah. It's these
Pedestrians are
people who
fat,
like
so
to
they're
walk.
more visible.
Vivek Bartwal says pedestrians are fat, so they're more visible. Cyrus, what do you have to say about that?
Motorists should be fat because we're lazy. And we don't get to walk at all. I
If Cyrus
understand
was
that
driving
issue.
around Abbey Road, he would have killed the Beatles. Also. He's like with his 4
One
idiots
second.
across the road.
One second. London is a civilized and cultured and dignified city where people behave with protocol and follow rules
Look
and
this
regulations.
latent
Do not
Oh.
compare it. Do
Classism.
not compare it
Na,
with
na, na,
Holy
na,
See Face
na,
and Marine
na,
Drive,
na,
which
na,
are the
na.
better roads of
Na,
this
na, na,
godforsaken
na,
city.
na, na.
Yeah.
What is happening?
All you need
Okay.
is love. Not from Abbey Road, though. Abbas?
So your take is just kill everyone, helmet or
No,
no
I'm
helmet.
saying-
GTA,
I'm
man.
saying-
Yeah.
Okay, look,
Cyrus's
one second.
ideal lifestyle
One
is
second.
Grand Theft Auto.
One
He
second.
wants to
Man,
kill
man.
everybody.
Okay, just let me-
Grand Theft
You're
Guardian.
not understanding. The challans only come to us. They don't go to the bikers. They can't catch them on the camera or anything else. So they just law to themselves. It doesn't bother you, Abbas, because you're a slow twitch fiber guy. You're never in a hurry. You have to
Because I'm
understand what
what?
Yeah,
goes through
he's a
my
fat
personality.
pedestrian.
I'm in a hurry.
Pedestrian.
I'm in a hurry when I'm sleeping. Okay, I'm that kind of guy. So it's
No,
always
I
a
was in
problem.
a
It's not
2
fair.
days ago. I was in a rickshaw which got hit by a car,
Oh fuck.
and then the car guy came out and he's like, "खुद
But
तो
did you
मरेगा,
hurt the
तेरे
car?
passenger को भी मरवाएगा,"
Hmm.
which was kind of sweet of
And
him.
you were like,
to think
thanks.
of.
Yeah.
Think about you, yeah. While punching the rickshaw wala. It was for him.
Humid Slane Kid says, I bought a spare helmet after the Bangalore ruling. My friend borrowed it and never returned it. It's difficult to follow rules here.
But that's the thing.
Tell
In
your
Bangalore, if
friend-
you go to any house now, there's like some 5 helmets lying around.
That's true.
Like how people have masks or like hand sanitizers now. They're like, "Hey, take one while you go home. And bring it back
Also,
whenever."
tell your friend it's a helmet, not a condom, for God's sake. I mean, you can't just take a helmet and walk around. It's ridiculous. But
Mostly that
coming
works
back,
for not
people.
fucking anybody. They're like, "Ki ek shakal chupa raha pehle se."
stop it. This is a very family-oriented show. I mean, we bring you on, and then I have to warn people. I'm the good guy when you come on. It's that bad.
Then people have
Oh.
more families because they get all charged up and they're like, yeah.
No, because why do they have more families? Because they're pedestrians. Those are the type of people who go and have more
Yeah,
families.
they're
Okay.
fight.
I think we should move on. We are dealing on very risky territory here. The next topic is kind of serious, but I thought it should be talked about.
And this was
So
not serious about the biker
no,
menace
this
of
was
India.
not serious. This was just a helmet.
You think these guys they're the worst criminals of our country, running around just
Right.
lawlessness, doing what they want, and causing irate anger amongst all kinds of communities. They unite us secularly. Hindu, Muslim, Parsi, Sai, सब लोग को irritation होता है. Let me tell you this,
What happened to the
because
Christians? Oh yeah,
I'm
Isais
sorry,
are
sorry,
Isai.
Christians, man.
Navin, sorry, Christians, very much. But also Christians ride
Why
bikes.
you
A lot of
against my
bikes have to be
Yeshu?
careful. I'm Christian,
What's
so yeah,
the
come
issue
on.
with my Yeshu?
I don't know, man.
Speaking of religion, a man was picked up by the police for damaging some idols in a temple. But when they questioned him, this was something interesting. 27-year-old daily wage earner was arrested in Greater Noida for damaging idols. When asked, the man said that he was angry at God because his family had been sick for the last couple of weeks, and he'd
Dude,
been
that's the plot of the new Thor movie.
oh really?
Yeah.
So was
And
it
he'd
that?
been praying to God, and he did not see any change happening. And I, 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 can I say it was kind of a rebellious streak in him, which I think we could use more of, where for everything we bow down to gods, but
Okay,
this guy took matters in his own hands.
can I go back to the bikers?
Oh my God! Okay,
He
sure.
needs a
Because
helmet now.
I feel they're much worse than this story. This story, of course,
Really?
I understand it's sacrilege and all that for some people, but it doesn't bother me the way the bikers bother me. A guy's frustrated and angry and happy. That's something stupid. The community will deal with him, whatever. But these guys, the menace doesn't end because of the morning, the time I leave at 6 in the morning, from the time I leave to the time I come back home, I'm suffering. This is a call out. This is a cry out from
Comfortably
me.
sitting in your
Prafula, please
house
help
right
me.
now.
Sorry,
You're
what?
comfortably sitting in your house right now.
With air condition, yes.
Yeah. Where the pedestrians are getting to the station to go home in a crowded train.
But
Yeah.
just to know what it's like to suffer in India, I sometimes put it off and keep the fan on.
Ah,
So,
of course, yes.
yeah,
Or you go to like
don't say
25
I don't
degree
have
and see
heart.
how it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. For people in the
Prafula,
mountains.
what do you think of bikers?
I got into an accident because of one, so I am on your side.
Yes, kill them all. And the guy who hurt the
Agreed.
idols, not good, beta. Don't do that again. Okay. Naveen, would you like to comment on the
On
idol
what?
bashing? Frustration. A lot of us feel that, right? I'm not very God fearing, but some people are. They get angst towards God because the whole deal with God is that you're not working for me. That whole thing
I
about
mean,
what's in
this
it for
whole
me.
thing is like a extension of all those Bollywood movies where like the mom is dying in the
Yeah, yeah.
hospital, and
Yeah.
then yeah, the
मैंने
son will
तुझसे
go.
आज तक कुछ नहीं मांगा
हाँ,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
पर आज
yeah,
मैं
that
मांगता
immortal
मैं
हूँ.
कुछ
line,
नहीं
of
कि मेरा
course.
मेरा खून बह गया तेरे पास आते आते और तूने मुझे क्या दिया कुछ नहीं दिया, and this is just an extension कि मतलब this guy acted on his feelings, that's all it is. But I see the whole point of idol worship and all, it's kind of stupid in
No,
general.
my
Like
point is it's a point of revelation for this guy. Right? He's a 27-year-old daily wage worker,
yeah,
Mm.
and I totally understand daily wage workers have nothing to hold on to except for these
faith,
idols
yeah,
and faith.
yeah.
But now, if anything, this person knows that it's the system that's against him, right? Like other things need to change for
You
his
mean that
family
rumor
to
that
be
God
better.
may not be running things is true?
It might be, is all I'm saying.
Let's not commit. We're in India. Let's stay in the gray area of safety.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But but
Hmm.
but now let's brought the topic up. My worry is that the punishment fits the crime. Now, in the eyes of many Indians, they always think emotionally about these things. The way I ranted about the bike, and unfortunately, then the punishment doesn't fit the crime because in Pakistan, in India, these kind of countries and other countries around the world, you can't hang people for these actions. I mean, you can't kill them or excommunicate them, or I mean, there's a limit to the penalty for vandalism, which is what it
Good
really
thing in
is.
Pakistan there's no idols though to break.
No, but
So
if anyone's supposed to have done some act of sacrilege, I mean, we've seen
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's not
so
get there,
every
but you know
religion
what I
has their
mean.
own like version of what they consider wrong,
It's
right?
not about the religion ever. It's always about the human factor, the emotive appeal that they decide that their sense of validation is through the exercising what is authentic and what is not
Yeah, control over the
vis-a-vis the
masses.
religion.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
one
it's
person breaks out that fucks with their brain so much. Like how can this person deviate from this? Like in
so my
my
big
case, like I
worry.
was so much in the church that now everybody in my church is like, what happened to Navin? What happened? I just like did not want to be a part of that
He
cult, you know.
he
So
he he,
it's just
he
that.
left God. He bought a bike.
Yeah,
And with that,
No,
also, you have a problem.
I
no,
don't have
but
a bike.
see. I'll just take this a little further. I'm just saying that the worry for me always when these stories come out is what happened to that guy. Now, not being devil's advocate on the side that he's
Sure.
done the
Yeah.
right
Yeah. I
thing,
mean,
but I'm
everything
worried.
is
Because this is a
perched
country
against
where
him because
if they
he's a
lynch
daily
the
wage
guy, if they
worker.
lynch the guy,
There'll,
there's nothing
there
much
will
that's
be
going to
a
happen
court
to
case. I'm
anyone.
pretty sure. Yeah, he can't afford a good lawyer, of
Yeah,
course. So
See,
he's,
exactly.
the
he's gonna
crowd
get
got emotional.
exonerated.
उसने क्या किया, सोचा नहीं बराबर, क्या पागलपंती है and all that. I
Hmm,
mean,
hmm,
that's not
hmm.
good enough, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
if a
happened
Hmm.
good
many
like
times, guys.
public defense lawyer comes to his help, they can fight the case
Fight it.
that
Yeah,
he
yeah,
came
yeah.
from a point of like depravity and was like, of course, frustrated. He
No,
didn't
but
want to like,
then again, this is a
yeah,
country which has given a piece of land saying a god was born here. So I don't know.
yeah.
Abbas, let Prafula
Yeah,
the Hindu discuss this, and you as the Muslim don't bring it up. I've given you my
I
MOUs
just
that
said
we had to
a
sign
god. I
before.
did not mention which god.
That won't help. People sort of know. It's always in the news.
But one of my favorite memories, like in September, what happens is Ganpati happens, and then Mother America statue also happens in October.
Right,
So sometimes these overlap, okay?
right.
And so September and Ganpati is happening 9 days, and October 1st, the Mother Mary statue begins, where like it comes from the church, and every house will host the statue in their house. So it was always hilarious to see like two processions passing each other with their own respective idols. And the fact that in India, mostly it's like, yeah, you respect my
Yeah,
thing, I
yeah,
respect your thing.
exactly. Yeah.
But the hilarity is that like both of them are very strongly ki ye wala mera pakka procession hai, okay? Like your procession is okay, but not the best. Mine is best types.
Right.
And that attitude was there in me also as a kid because
Mm,
I'm like,
mm.
I'm holding the candle. You see my candle? It's better than your diya. That's the kind of attitude that
Why do
we
you
are
have to
raised also.
sexualize
Correct.
the whole
Yeah.
thing? You were doing so well.
What?
It's no what?
What?
Who
What is
puts
candle and
why is
diya?
You
candle?
just
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
My candle is better than your diya. What does you sound like? What is his name? The famous Dada Konke. Oh, okay, let's move.
Right. Of course. Yes.
Oh, that's what. Oh,
There is a quote in your thought, Cyrus.
yeah.
No,
Shall we go to the AMAs?
if you want to discuss religion for a second, my big worry is unfortunately the moment you have your religion, you're saying that the other guy's religion is wrong. You are saying that because it's your religion and that's why it's there.
Mm.
So this whole secularism that the liberals have, and I
Mm.
mean the
Oh,
left liberals, because I know you guys are
but
liberals
you're
as
one
well.
of
But
them, no, Cyrus?
no, I think my wife is now. We've both decided that our belief in
I
religion
think
is just becoming
when someone
very,
says I
very,
want to kill
very less.
people, he's not anywhere liberal.
No. A lot of religions allow killing. Dude, look around. What are you talking about, bro? That means I'm a fanatic, in fact, if anything
No, I
else.
meant the bikers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you guys don't drive cars. You won't have any empathy for me, and you make it always a class issue. It's not a class issue.
No,
It's
so
an
I've
issue
been
of
in enough pillions, like with the car, my friend who drive. I've
where
known
is
the
the car bully the
frustration.
bike? Where is the car bully the bike, Naveen? Give me examples.
I
Never
know
happens.
exactly what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying. I understand. I'm on your side altogether. But that is a little extreme, is what I'm saying. And
Papa, you
pedestrians are
don't.
the best, actually. If all of us walked and nobody had a car situation, then we'd be better off, you know?
But they
Like
have
when
to
I go to
walk on the
BKC,
pavement. Do they
no,
not
I see
know?
in
In
BKC
which
there's a
school?
cycle lane because they have to like show off like how rich people come here and there's a bike lane and there's a pedestrian lane. But where is it? And everywhere else, there's a pedestrians don't have place to walk because there's a
Your
chaat wala over
one
there.
day,
They're walking on
one
the street because they can't drive.
Naveen, one day
Cycle
when you
wala is on
make
the main road. Car will go
Naveen,
where? I'm again on your side.
one day,
The
one day when you
problem is
make
with the chat
Naveen,
wala on
one
the
day
road.
when you make
Naveen
lots
is
of
just
money
like just
and
disable
come
them
to
for a
South
bit. Don't
Bombay,
don't kill them.
come and visit the High Court and the Oval Maidan and see the huge pavement we have there. I fight every
You
week there
can't. They're
because
walking
nobody's on the
dogs in
pavement. They
stadiums.
walk in the middle of the road, right next to the
Oh,
court, so you
so
can
where is
kill them and then
Fashion
file the
Street,
case.
Cyrus? Where is Fashion
Huh?
Street? It's not on the pavement of Oval Maidan ka piche, no?
No, not
Everything is
Fashion
just like
Street is
taking
ahead.
over.
Fashion Street is ahead, bro. Come on, now
Yeah,
don't
but
talk like
that's
an
the thing,
idiot.
right? Like even there
Yeah.
they took over so much of the land that like
That's
now
another story.
access
I'm
to
talking
common
about the High
public.
Court, right outside the High Court. We were the biggest
Okay.
pavement. There's
One
nobody on
Bhayandar
it.
boy and one
They're in front. They're in
Malabaril
front of
guy.
my car, and when I stop them and say, "Boss, can you use the pavement?" Of course, I say sarcastically or rudely. I get we get into a tangle for nothing. But nobody
Mm.
thinks, "Yeah, I should use the pavement." Nobody use the pavement. It's like a swimmer who's on land all the time. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But let's get back to most
Jannat
cities in the
has
world are moving
commented
towards
saying,
reducing car transport options,
Yeah.
making space for active transportation. Jannat, with her three Mercedes Benzes parked inside the garage, is now giving us a lecture on transportation options instead. I'm waiting
Cyrus,
for
we
the
should go to
metro.
the AMAs because Prafula has to
Jannat,
leave.
I'm just
So,
kidding. I think
okay.
her spirit has left long ago. If you ask me. I think the kangaroo
Hausla
killed
buland
it.
rakho.
Kangaroo who turned out to be Akash Mehta and two friends. I mean, that was
Yeah.
it for her. Yeah.
Okay, first question comes from Rohit Atre. What does Naveen think about Silvery versus Abbas conflict building up? Do you know anything about this, Naveen?
He's been missing.
I'm
You were
pretty sure
touring or
people
what?
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
Naveen's been out for a bit. Yeah.
Cyrus
I've
thinks
been.
I'm here to
Yeah,
replace Antariksh, and I'm telling him no. We've just distributed the.
yeah. The load is less on Antariksh because his brain can't process. Every day of this is too much
You
for
say
him.
it, bro. You say it, brother.
You
You
don't see
say
him
it.
post show, Cyrus. We see him like he comes out emancipated fully, like on a stretcher and all sucked out, and then we have to
Yeah.
revive him again with
It's
Glucon
like
D
a
and all.
double exam that's just been done and there's nothing
Yeah,
left.
so
The
so
patient has to
Abba
be
is just
pumped
sharing
for
the
blood.
load,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I came in for the week that he was gone, he had to go and get his herb on. Like he had to get medically back in the process.
We're all
The
praying.
Yeah.
next one is from Donkey Monkey. That's a YouTube name. AMA,
This is
dear
the right
Cyrus.
show. Huh.
Dear Cyrus and guest, if you could be an animal for a day, which one would you pick?
Dog.
No, I would go with
Japanese to blood.
Wolverine, the most ferocious of all.
Hmm.
There's no pretender to the
Wolverine is
throne.
like a bigger badger. That's all it is.
They're same family. Okay, so honey badger
Yeah.
as well, cousins.
Yeah.
But either of these two, because they are just the most fierce. And they never take a backward. They fight anything. A bear, depending on where they are, of course. Honey badger in Africa, so lions and everything else. They get killed, but they never take a backward step. I love them. I wish Indian men were like that. And I'm
Hmm.
surrounded by Indian men who've become such sissies, I can't take them anymore. Wear the mask, clean my hands, wash my bum, do this.
Oh
Oh,
my
don't go
god.
out, you'll
Wear
die.
a
Don't do this,
helmet.
you'll
I don't know.
die.
Wear a
Wash my
helmet.
bum.
Just come to the gym and just take videos of these guys. I mean, one is worse than the other. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just thinking, is it wrong to shoot people? I don't know. I'm just keeping
On
that
video,
thought out.
yes.
I
In
mean,
the gym,
yeah, I guess.
otherwise it's
Yeah.
okay.
And these are not even
Prafula,
bikers. They're rich people I want to shoot. Huh.
one animal if you could be
And
for
shorter
a
answer
day.
than mine.
A grizzly bear, but only in hibernation season.
I'll fight you.
Oh,
I'll
smart.
fight you. And occasionally I've beaten
No, but I'm
Yeah.
I've
hibernating.
chased away.
He'll
Oh,
make a
okay.
hole inside your hibernation hole
Okay.
and come there.
She's very
Naveen?
convenient. She's an
Even
animal that's
Naveen.
gone into coma.
Sorry,
It's really
sorry.
ridiculous.
I realized as I was I'm going by the honey badger reference. Those
Yeah,
animals,
yeah.
they burrow and shit in the wild. What the
There's no
fuck?
activity. There's no activity. It's just a long sleep.
You
Oh
ever see the
wow.
polar bear make like its own coffin? Anyways, but mine would be meerkat. I love meerkats.
Oh,
Very
I've
that's
cute.
what
always
Yeah.
Timon was.
Yeah,
in
And
Timon
very
Greek.
good,
was.
very good
They
social
always
structure,
like
no?
yeah, they
Meerkat.
always like yeah.
Good group of social structure.
One thing happens
Yeah.
and they're like, what happened? What happened? What happened? Yeah.
I would be a stallion for
A
obvious
stud,
reasons.
you mean? What you really are.
Whatever. Next question comes from Advait
Oh,
Deshpande.
boss,
Cyrus
that's
give.
it. I
Yeah, he
thought we
didn't
added
dwell on
Yeah,
it
as
at all.
Abbas.
He
I
was
don't know
like,
for
Have
obvious
kids with
reasons.
have kids with Abbas, our resident stud.
Given a choice, which dog breed costume will you go for? Except
German
GSD.
Shepherd. I'm getting
See,
Okay.
I'll tell you the story about the GSD. Okay, of course,
Similar
the
to the
other lines
last
that
one.
come, the Belgian Malinois and all the others that come,
Goods
Australian
and
Shepherd,
services
all come
dog.
they all come from there. No, no, no. It's said to be not the best, not the strongest, not the most ferocious, not the most loyal, not the most intelligent, not the most easy to train, not the most loyal, but the second best at everything. So it's the most all-round breed ever created in that sense. And that's why
Hmm.
Prafula and I, real connoisseurs, love the GSD. But I love all dogs. It's a very racist thing to say. I love dogs, rich, poor. I just, for me, a beautiful woman and a puppy are the two most beautiful things in the world. Not together, of course, but
Hmm.
that's if I died, I'd be like God. If there's really a God, I want to see these two things. I'm not coming in. And
I
if I
love
see
the
a biker,
mountain dogs.
if I see a guy on a bike with or without a helmet, I don't care if he has a helmet. I wish he falls off without the helmet. And by the way, the helmet doesn't save you after a certain 60, 70 years. It's going to make a difference. It's ridiculous.
Silver is in the comments, very devout,
I'm
saying
pretty sure
God
it's
is
not
number
because
one.
Antariksh is THAKKR.
No, he's not.
Is it
Yeah.
not?
That's what even I used to think.
Oh shit.
He's
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Tucker.
Sorry,
You
Antariksh.
say it like the profanity. You mother, like that.
Antariksh, you mother tucker.
Mother tucker. That's
Ibrahim
what we call it.
Giwala has a comment for Naveen. Naveen
My
was my
favorite name.
first comedy show. That is, he was hands down the best on the lineup featuring Biswa, Naveen,
Wow.
and Zakir Khan.
Isn't
Hmm.
Zakir a very big name?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he earn
As
more
in
than
like
you?
not alphabetically, but like
Oh,
yeah,
very funny.
publicly, yeah.
In Urdu, it's back to front, so it's the first name. So screw
It's
you.
Kiraz.
You lost that round.
Yeah. But I
But
think
isn't
I
Zakir
remember
one?
this gig. It was in Hive days only.
Hmm.
But
Way
Zakir is
back
one of the
when.
biggest. Isn't he one of the biggest earners in the
Yeah,
business?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Naveen, he thinks you're better than him, so you should be earning as much as him because I heard he earns in crores. Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, he does.
it's
He does.
huge.
Yeah.
Um,
Next
okay.
one comes from
Abbas,
Kamal Sethi.
nobody's ever said that to you or me, by the way. Huh? That I
No,
No, I
saw
that's
you
think,
true.
but
somewhere. And, yeah.
one thing I'll say for Zakir is like I'm in like pure admiration of his craft. Like I've not like many Indian comics I've seen, none of them can hold a crowd like Zakir does. Like he's got that beautiful panache about him, which makes
Hmm.
his comedy like really.
Panache.
What I like
Yes.
about him is I can do the same phrasing that we do with Antariksh, Takkar, Mother Zakar. You can sort of go in the same. You can get more.
See, I said a
That's
nice
No,
thing and then
Yeah,
like
I can't
know,
hold the
right?
crowd. Let's go.
I wonder why. This
What
was from Kamal
crowd?
Sethi. Kamal se किधर गया? हाँ. Now that football season is nearly over and so is the IPL, how will Cyrus spend his time? I know French Open is on, but it's early stages. Will you finally watch the gardening shows with Aisha?
Oh God, guys, I don't know. Abbas, can I talk about your friendships? I don't know because
My
once you start
friendships?
living with, you have this,
Acha,
let's say,
oh,
male friend who may not be male, and you share the space.
who I
So
live with, yes.
no, no, when you start watching things together, no, see, when you do it once in a while, I don't know, Prafula will
Hmm.
agree or not. I'm sure Naveen has
No,
very
that's
strong views on
absolutely
this.
true. I've
These are
stopped
big
watching
issues about what to
superhero shows
watch
because,
together.
yeah.
No, 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 it's not. And now that you're spoiled for choice, it's actually worse. When you have only three things, it's because now everybody's doubting their own choice, and then to
I'll
find
tell
the
you what
collective
happened,
choice.
like a full example of this exact thing what you're talking about. My partner and I were like, let's watch. So I started watching Russian Doll season 2, okay? Because I've seen season 1, it's a show on Netflix, very good
Mm,
show.
mm,
Russian Doll season 2 comes out, and I'm watching on my own. He's in the bathroom or whatever.
mm, mm,
He likes the concept of the second season ka first episode so much that now he's like, let's watch it together.
mm.
But because he
Without the
wants to watch
first.
the season, no, so
Season
because he
one.
wants to watch season 2, he'll watch the season 1 first, and I have to sit and watch season 1 because of that with him. And then by the time we've caught up with season 2, I've gone to sleep because I'm tired. So now he's gone and finished season 2 also. And he's like the 7 episodes. He stopped on the sixth episode ka last. Okay, so when I go back to watch now, it's season 2, episode 7 playing, and I have no idea what's happening in the middle. Okay, so these are the kind of things that happen when you live together and you try to watch shit together. So it's
So
not
it's
a good
post
idea in
mature
general.
ejaculation and premature ejaculation in a sense because he's gone from
Yeah.
before and after ahead. But the thing is, we
Exactly.
also share one. See, the big screen is the problem. You have rich or
Yeah,
poor, you have
one
one screen.
account. Yeah,
Otherwise,
smart
you go to your
TVs.
phone or your laptop. I understand, but that's the collective moment. Which when we were young, we didn't have a problem with the family for some reason. I don't. There was no arguments or there was nothing else to watch on TV. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so it's different. But now I don't know. So we luckily we have a couple of genres we like, so we stick to that. But I can't bear her gardening or architecture. I mean, there's shows where people look at buildings. Buildings. I'm not looking at churches or forts. It's buildings. And there's a show about makeovers in flats. They put flats together. And
Yeah,
Kunal and her can.
there's show for
Naveen,
everything out there.
how
Yeah,
can Kunal be? I mean, sexually
how
speaking. I
can
mean,
Kunal be a building?
no. I mean, what kind of person likes that? Like, I
It's not,
just
see,
don't
your
understand.
life is in a mess, so that's why you like watching other people's life get better.
Yeah. Thanks, Doctor Freud,
Okay.
Doctor
But
Jung.
mostly it's just that only. Like the whole the Marie Kondo show, right? Like where it's like, is it
Mm.
important in your life? No, throw it away. A lot of people got on it because like they realize that their life is also a mess, and I kind of relate with that. Like these home improvement shows or like life improvement shows, I love them. Some random ass shows out there on
Bro,
TLC or
it's
like
just. I understand that
You
they
should give
like
them
this
a
stuff.
chance,
Nothing
Iris.
happens. You understand? Nothing happens. There's no plot of any kind. They just build something. And I don't understand how aesthetically pleasing something can be for so long. I mean,
Prafula.
sorry
What
Cyrus,
do
to
you
have you
watch?
maintain.
have you seen? Yeah, Prafula, what do you watch?
Like
Not this show,
apna
that's for sure.
reality mein whatever.
I actually don't watch a lot of stuff, but
But you
what
have a
was
partner,
the
Prafula? Is there someone you fight with?
no?
So then you won't understand our problem because you have a happy life. You don't have to share the space.
Yeah, lots of peace and quiet. But I don't
Yeah.
watch anything, so I can't get into fights with anybody either.
Okay, let me warn you, Prafula and Abbas, since you're slightly on the lighter side of the being at the moment, if and when you get into this contract relationship with someone, your dynamic is set very early on. If she or he is overtaking you in terms of what you're deciding, it's not going to really change after that. That's the biggest problem. 25 years of torture. It's not 1 week. It begins with 1 week, and 25 years they stay in power,
Why are
and
you
you can't
giving me
vote.
stress, Cyrus? I come on this show to
Abbas,
have
I'm warning you
fun.
about the dynamics. I don't know Naveen agrees or not. Naveen's been in a relationship, he's in a steady one right now. There is a dynamic which is in place, and then the constitution is sort of written. It doesn't evolve that much after that. This is what I've noticed.
Constitution is written. Okay,
It's written. It's
cool.
in stone
I'll
after
think
that.
about it.
You think you're in power? That means you're not. First and foremost.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm agreeing to it. Okay, let's take one last one. This one comes from Adesh Prabhu. Hey, Saracen gang, I turned 25 today and haven't
Happy
achieved
birthday,
anything in life
Adesh.
yet. How do you get over this feeling? You're 25, dude. Anyway,
Well, compared to Mozart, Jesus, and Alexander, who by the early 30s had done so much, yes, nothing. But compared to
Yeah,
me, I didn't have a job, or I was in MTV first year, second year, something like that, but nothing big.
but you have 2 more years to join the 27 club.
if you were in
There you
MTV,
go.
Cyrus, you were raking in the money, right? At 25.
No, no, but that's just like a job. What have you done with your life? You look back and say, "What have you done? You've done nothing. It's nothing."
You were
What
on
did? What did?
TV. Back when being
But
on TV was like a
Yeah,
big
you were
thing.
you were pranking
but
people on the roads and stuff.
that's not. That's just it's not really
You
an
do a
achievement.
podcast.
You do understand
Yeah,
that, right? Yeah. Okay. Wimbledon final achievement. Being on TV in India, not achievement.
Being
Who's
on
done?
Amazon Prime's what was that show? Yeah, that's an achievement.
That's
The
huge.
The
big boss.
But
big
I'd
boss for
already,
comedians.
I'd already said the standard with Hello Friends, so there's no fear for that.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
true.
Hello friends. Oh my god, that's a legacy.
there you
Had
go.
you already started
Pro-
stand up at 25, Naveen?
I had started comedy by 23. Yeah.
he had been
Ah.
rejected by a
Hmm.
corporate. and
So
and
many. I
Abbas,
have to personally, yeah, I send them my corporate material and they're like, this is not even corporate material. Listen, go back.
Abbas, what about you?
I was doing another course after dropping off from one course, and I was also struggling in stand up only, which I'm still doing.
Yeah, yeah. At
But he should be
25, though,
so
we were all struggling.
Twenty three,
self-analytical at 25. Yeah, yeah.
11 years ago for me. 20, no, 9 years ago. Same.
Okay, while you Google the answer, Prafula, you are not saying anything.
Prafula, yes, your wisdom.
I mean, I'm not 25 yet, so
And
I
we
have
knew
nothing
Boom.
to
that.
offer.
Boom.
What? What?
She's
Lucky
got
I'm
you.
in
time.
my first job now. My biggest achievement is being on Cyrus says.
Whoa.
Sarcasm
So,
number 3. There are 3 sarcastic moments already from her, and they've been devastating. The old
Yeah,
man's
when you
heart is
look back
beating.
at your life, you'll be like Cyrus says, yes,
No, my
done.
problem is that how many women will insult me before I die? Mostly passively and subtly like this, But the fact of the matter is, even a dumb guy like me can pick it up after some time. Prafula, how can you do that to how unkind to an old man? I'm on my last
Do you think like
leg.
when Cyrus you turn up at the pearly gates, St. Peter will open a book and start reading insult roasts from all the women?
No, I think he'll be on a bike and he'll tell me to come
Oh
pillion.
shit. Just to like rub you off, yeah.
Yeah. All
And
right.
with that, Cyrus, we've come to the close of another edition of Cock and Bull.
It's been
What
life
a
changing for
memorable
all of us.
evening.
It's
Yeah.
been fabulous. I can see Prafula going to detox. Perhaps Vipassana would be the right thing to do. I think 24 hours at least. Yeah.
I'm gonna wear helmet everywhere now. Just to hide my
But
face.
once
Just to
more,
the
you
back
can you
sound.
can you can catch Prafula on Press Decode. And Cyrus, what should we do before we wrap up?
I'll do the plug, but what about the shirt?
Yes, your shirt. You can find the shirts on ivmpodcast.com on the shop tab. All the various designs I showed to you. Oh my god. Navin, anything you want to plug?
I want to look at what Cyrus is doing for a change. Hey,
What?
hey, I have a show in
Separate
Thane this weekend. Thane
This,
people,
this is
I'm
my
coming to
act.
Thane. If that was the act, I would watch it all day,
Yeah.
Cyrus.
So come, it's a Tata Theatre 6 p.m. Now that you mentioned it, before your Thane show, first come to my show
Wow.
6
And
p.m. Ours
people
is
who
early.
can't make it
Then
to
go to Thane.
People who go to NCPA, go to NCPA. People who are in Thane and can't go to NCPA, come to
Hey,
my
can't
show.
do. Soon. 6 o'clock my show, 7:30 they leave. Your show's at 9?
But same people won't come. You think people from NCPA will come to Thane ever to watch a show?
Cyrus,
If
what's
they
your
knew
show
where it was,
called?
they would.
If they knew, yeah. What's your show called, Cyrus?
Oh, I forgot.
It's called
Unmasked.
Unmasked.
How
Unmasked.
do we
Unmasked.
remember this
Yeah.
and you don't?
Unmasked. Because I don't make up these
Uh,
stupid titles. I don't even know why they came up with this stupid title. Anyway,
Tickets for these will be on various
Prafula wants to
ticketing
leave. Can
platforms.
you guys? Yeah.
Yeah, please
Okay.
plug the thing,
Just one
Cyrus,
last
and
thing I
then
want to
we'll
ask you
finish.
guys because today's Thursday and Friday show. I've got Seema Anand, sex therapist, not therapist, but sexologist in a sense. She's lovely. Going to ask her lots of questions. But today is the last time we meet you guys. IPL, who's going to win?
Not
Because it's on
last
Sunday and
time.
we don't get before the final.
Who's in the
Who's
final?
in the final? Your answer.
Rajasthan Royals.
Your answer.
And
No,
Rajasthan
they're
Royals
not.
and
At the moment, they're
RCB.
not. You
I'm
got
gonna
3
say
options
RCB.
now. It's between
Oh, there's a
those
third
two plus
option.
Gujarat is already in the final. The second semi-final, so to speak, on Friday will be played, and that's between Rajasthan and
So and
RCB. So
Bangalore.
you have 3
RCB, yeah.
options.
Oh.
That's the match I
RCB?
know about. I think
I
RCB
say
will
RCB.
RCB, yeah.
Why did I
Their
waste
track
my
record
time
is good.
asking this question of people who are not
Rishi, who will
interested
win
in the
IPL?
friggin' game? I'm
Who will
just,
win
I mean,
IPL?
first the lady insults me non-stop. These two guys don't care about sport, and they all own bikes. All
Rishi
bikes.
says
Cyrus,
Mumbai will
Rishi
win.
says Mumbai Indians will win the IPL.
Yeah, tell him we'll have his hair cut on Monday morning, and not the way he likes it. Yeah. All right. Bye then, guys.
What do you need to download, Cyrus?
All right, and don't forget to download the Jupiter Money app on the Apple Store, the Google Play Store. From the kangaroo in India, it's good night, Mike. Good night.
Bye bye.